The ultra-luxury market just got a wake-up call, and it's coming from a brand you used to overlook for anything costing over 60 grand. Forget what you think you know about the Toyota experience. If you're currently looking at a Rolls-Royce Cullinan or a Bentley Bentayga and thinking, this is the pinnacle, you're paying for a badge while the real masterclass in silence is happening elsewhere. This is the 2026 Toyota Century SUV. It's a $170,000 statement of intent that treats the Lexus LX like a starter car. It's Japan's imperial flagship, finally evolved into a high-riding fortress. But before you call your importer, there is one specific decision Toyota made regarding the infotainment controls for the driver, not the passenger, that makes this feel shockingly rental spec in a car this expensive. We'll get into that budget blunder in a few minutes. Look at the sheer gravity of this thing. It doesn't use the aggressive look-at-me slashes of a BMW X7 or the massive gaping grills of an Audi Q8. Instead, the Century SUV is all about dignified presence. It has an upright, formal stance that feels more like a piece of architecture than a vehicle. Check out the Kamui black paint. 7 layers, hand-polished to a mirror finish. It makes the factory paint on a Mercedes GLS look like it was applied with a spray can. And instead of the standard Toyota badge, you get the Phoenix, engraved by a master artisan over 6 weeks. But here is where things get interesting. Look at the rear doors. They don't just open, they can be optioned as sliding doors. It's the ultimate flex for high-profile entry and exit, making every other luxury SUV door look clumsy and old-fashioned. All right, let's settle a bet. Would you rather have the traditional prestige of a Range Rover or the if you know exclusivity of this Century? Let me know in the comments, classic Rover or Century Phoenix? The old guard, the Toyota Highlander and Honda Pilot, are the villains here, but not for the reason you think. They've spent decades training us to think that a big Toyota SUV is just a plastic-filled family hauler for soccer practice. The Century SUV is here to dethrone that entire reputation. Inside, the tech isn't about flashy RGB lights, it's about omotenashi, or selfless hospitality. We're talking about digital curtain electrochromic glass. One tap and the rear windows go from transparent to opaque instantly. No mechanical shades, just physics. The real shocker is under the skin, the 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid. While the legacy luxury SUVs are still lugging around thirsty V8s, the Century glides on electric power for 69 kilometers in total silence. It uses dynamic rear steering to make this 5.2-meter beast turn tighter than a Corolla. It's not just tech, it's tech that serves you. Quick question, fully reclining flatbed rear seats or more trunk space? Which one is the priority for your $170,000? Tell me, lounge or cargo? Driving this feels less like operating a machine and more like captaining a cloud. The rear comfort mode is a stroke of genius. It actually adjusts the braking and torque to minimize head toss for the passengers when the car stops. But I promised you a catch. Here it is, the cockpit. For a car that costs nearly $200,000, the driver's side switchgear is pulled almost directly from the Grand Highlander. The buttons, the stalks, and even the main infotainment UI feel common. If you're the owner-driver, you're looking at $30,000 worth of Toyota parts bin in a $270,000 interior. It's a massive oversight for a brand that claims to be chasing Rolls-Royce. So, here is the buy, lease, or wait verdict on the 2026 Toyota Century SUV. Buy it if you're a high-profile individual who values privacy and silence over showing off. It is hands down the most comfortable way to travel on 4 wheels today. Lease it? Honestly, you can't. These are low-volume, bespoke builds. You're either in the club or you're not. Wait if you're hoping for a North American or European left-hand drive version. As of now, this is a Japanese monarch's treasure, and getting one through customs is a nightmare you might not be ready for.
The Century SUV isn't just a new model, it's Toyota proving they can out-luxury the Europeans at their own game. Would you
The off-road king just got a wake-up call, and it's coming from the very brand that defined the segment. If you've been waiting for the next big thing in overlanding, stop looking at those 100K electric trucks that lose half their range the moment you hit a trail. This is the 2026 Toyota LC400. It's the successor to the legendary 300 series that the US never got, but it's been overhauled for a world that demands more tech and zero compromises. Toyota is finally moving away from the "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" philosophy, and the result is intimidating. But before you call your broker, there's one specific thing Toyota stole from the Lexus parts bin for the cockpit that might actually make this rugged beast feel a little too delicate. We'll reveal that luxury leak in a few minutes. Look at the stance on this thing. We've spent years watching BMW and Audi turn their SUVs into soft rotors with low-profile tires and fragile plastic bumpers. The LC400 goes the opposite way. It's got a brutal, squared-off silhouette that makes a Mercedes G-Wagon look like a toy. Those triple-beam LED projectors don't just illuminate the road, they look like they were pulled off a high-end Audi RS Q8, but with the durability of a tank. But here is where things get interesting. Instead of the flimsy aluminum steps we usually see, these are rock rails integrated directly into the high-tensile frame. It doesn't just look like it can take a hit, it's designed to come back for more. Alright, let's be real. Would you take this heritage meets modern boxy look over the ultra-curvy, aerodynamic look of the new Range Rover? Let me know in the comments, the box or the curve? The old guard, cars like the Toyota Highlander and the Honda Pilot are the villains of this story. They've spent decades being reliable by being boring. They represent the safe path that Toyota is now officially abandoning with the LC400. Step inside and you're greeted by a massive 14-inch curved display that actually wraps around the driver. This isn't just about looking cool, it's about ergonomics. When you're bouncing over rocks, you don't want to reach for a flat screen. You want the data angled towards you. The real shocker is under the skin, the iForce Max twin-turbo V6 hybrid. We're talking over 430 horsepower and a mountain of torque available from 0 RPM. It makes the naturally aspirated engines in the Pilot and Highlander feel like they're running on AA batteries. This thing doesn't just crawl, it launches. Speaking of the drive, would you take this over a fully loaded Kia Telluride for the same price, knowing the Toyota will probably last 20 years? Tell me, LC400 or Telluride? The way this handles is purely physics-defying. It uses an updated EKDSS, or Electronic Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System, that disconnects the sway bars from maximum articulation off-road, then stiffens them up so you don't flip over on the highway. But I promised you a catch. Here it is, the infotainment interface. Toyota took the haptic touch sliders from the Lexus LC and put them on the steering wheel. If you're wearing gloves or if your hands are a bit muddy from the trail, they're almost impossible to use accurately. It's a tech-first move in a car that should be utility-first. In their quest to be a luxury leader, they might have forgotten that Land Cruiser owners actually use their cars. So, what's the final verdict on the 2026 Toyota LC400? Buy it if you're planning on keeping your next car for the next 2 decades and you actually intend to leave the pavement. It is the most capable vehicle Toyota has ever put a license plate on. Lease it if you're worried about the long-term complexity of that twin-turbo hybrid system. It's a lot of tech to own out of warranty. Wait if you were hoping for a smaller, more city-friendly version. Rumor has it a Land Cruiser FJ is coming next year that might be your speed. The LC400 isn't just an SUV, it's a reclaiming of the throne. The old guard should be very, very worried. I actually compared the LC400's towing capacity against the Ford F-150 in a mountain climb. Click here to see if the hybrid torque
For over half a century, one name has been the global synonym for unbreakable. But as we enter 2026, the definition of durability is undergoing a radical shift. This isn't just a truck built for the job site. It is a technological benchmark that redefines what we expect from a pickup. This is the 2026 Toyota Hilux Travo, a machine that bridges the gap between legendary ruggedness and a future-forward digital ecosystem. The Travo was born in the heart of Thailand's truck culture, but it's designed to conquer every corner of the planet. I want to know where our community stands today. Drop a comment with your city and country so we can see where in the world you're watching from. Is this the smart evolution the industry has been waiting for, or has the indestructible icon gone too digital? Let's find out. The first thing you'll notice about the 2026 Travo is its commanding new design language. Toyota calls it Cyber Sumo, and it's a masterclass in sculpted proportions. Gone are the rounded edges of the past. In their place is an assertive road presence, defined by blocky, modular architecture and a high-tech, angular face. But the beauty here is in the intelligence of the aerodynamics. Look at the flush Travo E grille on the electric variant and the new rear side steps integrated into the bed, an intuitive addition that finally makes access as easy as it should have been years ago. The lighting isn't just for show either. These dynamic LED clusters adapt their beam pattern in real time to avoid blinding oncoming traffic while maximizing your peripheral vision in the brush. This is a flagship that looks like it was carved out of a single piece of silicon and steel. But as striking as the Cyber Sumo exterior is, the real evolution, the part that turns a rugged tool into a high-tech sanctuary, begins the moment you step inside. Welcome to your digital sanctuary. Toyota has reimagined the Hilux interior, moving away from utility-grade plastics toward a mobile sanctuary experience. The robust simplicity design philosophy means every touchpoint feels deliberate. We're seeing sustainable luxury through the use of high-durability CareTex and Softex materials that offer a bespoke craftsmanship feel while remaining tough enough to survive a literal mud bath. The heart of the experience is the dual 12.3-inch display ecosystem. The interface is seamless, responding to natural speech commands through the latest T-Connect AI. Whether you're asking for the nearest charging station or adjusting the dual-zone climate, the system learns your preferences over time. It's a private lounge that happens to have a 1-ton payload capacity. The 2026 Travo doesn't just protect you, it anticipates the world around you. This is predictive intelligence in action. By integrating LiDAR and cloud connectivity into the latest Toyota Safety Sense suite, the Travo eliminates the stress of urban navigation. It doesn't just alert you to a vehicle in your blind spot, it uses its sensory net to predict traffic flow at intersections. For the off-roaders, the new Multi-Terrain Select is now fully automated. The truck uses its cameras to scan the ground texture and instantly recalibrates the torque distribution before you even realize you've hit a patch of deep sand or slick mud. It's a level of intuitive tech that makes even the most daunting trail feel like a Sunday drive. Under the hood, we see a dynamic evolution of choice. You have the updated 2.8-liter GD Superpower diesel for pure, effortless power, delivering a massive 500 Newton-meters of torque. But the real headline is the Travo E, a fully electric, dual-motor, all-wheel drive beast. It offers 196 horsepower and a specialized D-Dion rear suspension that creates a ride quality that is nearly telepathic. Toyota has found the perfect balance between intelligent efficiency and rugged capability. Thanks to the new dynamic cloud chassis tuning, the truck no longer has that typical bouncy pickup feel when the bed is empty. It remains poised and flat through corners, managing its weight with a level of refinement that feels more like a premium SUV than a commercial workhorse. The 2026 Toyota Hilux Travo is more than an update. It is a statement of intent. It proves that even the world's most legendary workhorse can embrace the digital age without losing its soul. It is a machine built for a world where technology and grit are no longer mutually exclusive. But it leaves us with one big question. Does this shift toward a cyber aesthetic and high-end tech make its rivals look outdated, or is it too much too soon for a truck that's supposed
The era of the large SUV is over. We've entered the epoch of the super SUV, a time when physics is no longer a constraint, but a challenge to be conquered by code and current. Today, we aren't just looking at a vehicle, we're witnessing a technological benchmark. This is the 2026 GMC Hummer SUV, a machine that doesn't just inhabit the road, it commands it through a digital-first philosophy that redefines what a flagship can be. But before we tear down the engineering behind this beast, I want to hear from you. Our audience is truly global, and a vehicle this imposing looks different in the streets of Dubai than it does in the canyons of Colorado. Drop a comment below with your city and country. Let's see where the global community is watching from today. Is this the ultimate statement of intent for the future of mobility, or is it something else entirely? Let's find out. To understand the Hummer is to understand commanding presence. For 2026, GMC hasn't just rested on the brute force look of the past. The proportions have been sculpted with a newfound precision. Notice the assertive road presence created by that upright windshield and the signature 6-bar grille, now a sophisticated light bar that communicates charging status with an intuitive pulse. But look closer at the intelligent design. The aerodynamics aren't just about slicing the wind, they're about managing thermal efficiency for that massive Ultium battery. The new carbon fiber edition introduces wheels and accents that aren't just for show. They represent a reduction in unsprung mass, a rare nod to efficiency in a vehicle of this scale. It is a flagship that wears its capability on its sleeve, from the reinforced underbody armor to the Power E-trunk that offers a massive 11.3 cubic feet of front-end storage. But as striking as the design is, the real evolution begins the moment you step inside, because while the exterior is built to conquer the world, the interior is built to help you escape it. The open door reveals the Velocity Ember interior, soft focus shots of the recycled materials, and the 13.4-inch central touchscreen glowing with Unreal Engine graphics. Welcome to your digital sanctuary. The 2026 cabin has been reimagined as a private lounge, a seamless blend of rugged utility and bespoke craftsmanship. You won't find traditional luxury tropes here. Instead, GMC has utilized sustainable luxury through premium leather alternative surfaces like the granite drift theme, which feels technical yet incredibly inviting. The heart of this ecosystem is the intelligence of the interface. Powered by Google built-in, the system doesn't just provide a map, it learns your routines. It responds to natural speech as if you're talking to a passenger. And for 2026, the graphics are rendered with even higher fidelity, offering a lag-free experience that feels more like a high-end gaming PC than a car dashboard. Then there's the infinity roof. With the 4 modular sky panels removed, the boundary between the cabin and the environment vanishes, turning this mobile sanctuary into an open-air theater. It's a multi-sensory experience, underscored by a 14-speaker Bose system that uses electric vehicle sound enhancement to create a sonic landscape that matches your driving mode. Where the Hummer truly separates itself is through its predictive intelligence. We often talk about driver assistance, but the updated Super Cruise system here is a revelation. It doesn't just follow lines. With new lane change for route technology and LiDAR-mapped precision, it eliminates the stress of urban navigation and long-haul fatigue. It's predictive, not just reactive. And for the off-roaders, the UltraVision system provides up to 17 different camera views, including waterproof underbody cameras with their own wash system.
This tech acts as a digital spotter, allowing you to see through the floor of the vehicle to avoid obstacles. It's the ultimate expression of transparency, transforming a massive 9,000-pound machine into something that feels nimble and hyper-aware of its surroundings. Underneath this shell lies a dynamic evolution of the EV powertrain. The 3X trim utilizes a tri-motor setup, producing a staggering 830 horsepower. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about the balance between effortless power and intelligent efficiency. Engage watts to freedom, and the entire vehicle readies itself for a 0 to 60 sprint in just 3.5 seconds. But the real magic is the King Crab mode, a 2026 exclusive software refinement that allows the rear wheels to turn even more aggressively than before. Whether you're repositioning on a tight mountain ledge or navigating a crowded city center, the ride quality feels adaptive, almost telepathic. The air suspension doesn't just soak up bumps, it communicates with the cloud to prime the dampers for upcoming terrain. It manages its weight with such poise that you forget you're piloting a literal titan of the road. The 2026 GMC Hummer SUV is more than a vehicle. It is a statement of intent. It proves that the future of mobility doesn't have to be clinical or boring. It can be loud, it can be bold, and it can be smarter than we ever imagined. It is the intersection of brute capability and refined silicon. But it leaves us with a question. As we see more super SUVs enter the market, is this the peak of what technology can achieve? Does this tech-forward approach make its rivals look outdated, or is it simply too much too soon for the average driver?
We are witnessing a collision of two worlds that were never supposed to meet. For decades, heavy duty meant compromise, sacrifice comfort for the sake of the job. But today, the definition of a flagship has shifted. This isn't just a truck, it is a technological benchmark that bridges the gap between industrial-grade utility and private jet luxury. This is the 2026 GMC Sierra Denali 6500, a machine that redefines the very ceiling of the premium pickup market. This truck is designed to conquer landscapes from the outback to the oil fields. I want to see the scale of our reach today. Drop a comment with your city and country below. Let's see where the global community is watching from. Is this the ultimate tool for the modern titan of industry, or has GMC finally gone too far? Let's find out. The first thing you notice about the 6500 isn't its size, it's its sculpted intent. GMC has taken the commanding silhouette of the Sierra and stretched it into a professional-grade chassis that demands respect. The assertive road presence is anchored by that signature Denali chrome grille, now featuring an intuitive active shutter system that balances cooling for the massive Duramax engine with high-speed aerodynamic efficiency. Look at the lighting. These aren't just lamps, they are a communication ecosystem. The animated LED sequences greet you as you approach, while the roof-mounted marker lights have been integrated into a seamless glass-look housing. This is industrial design reimagined as high art. Every line, from the flared fenders to the reinforced recovery hooks, feels purposeful, conveying a sense of unstoppable luxury. But as striking as the design is, the real evolution, the part that makes this feel less like a work truck and more like a command center, begins the moment you step inside. Welcome to your digital sanctuary. In a class of vehicle usually defined by hard plastics and rubber mats, the Denali 6500 feels like a private lounge. This is sustainable luxury at a massive scale, featuring full-grain leather seating and bespoke craftsmanship that includes authentic wood inlays etched with the topographical map of Mount Denali. The intelligence of the interface is the true highlight. The system doesn't just display data, it responds to your needs through an intuitive AI that learns your most used hauling routes and trailering presets. It responds to natural speech,
allowing you to adjust the dual-zone climate or check your PTO status without ever taking your eyes off the road. It's a seamless extension of your professional life, wrapped in an environment that is whisper quiet thanks to advanced active noise cancellation. In a vehicle of this magnitude, visibility is everything. That's why the 6500 utilizes predictive intelligence to shrink the world around you. This isn't just about parking sensors, it's an AI-driven safety net that eliminates the stress of urban navigation. With the new transparent trailer tech and up to 14 camera views, the truck essentially makes the massive load behind you disappear on your screen. Equipped with LiDAR-enhanced Super Cruise, the 6500 offers hands-free driving even while trailering on compatible highways. The system constantly scans the road ahead, adjusting your braking and acceleration based on real-time cloud data about traffic and terrain. It's not just a driver aid, it's a co-pilot that understands the physics of a 30,000-pound gross combined weight. The heart of this flagship is a dynamic evolution of the 6.6-liter Duramax turbo diesel. We are looking at a powertrain that delivers effortless power, 975 pound-feet of torque, paired with a heavy-duty Allison 10-speed transmission. But the real story for 2026 is the intelligent efficiency. GMC has introduced a sophisticated hybrid assist system on the 6500, designed to provide instant torque for standing starts and to power onboard tools without idling the engine. The ride quality is adaptive and, dare I say, telepathic. Thanks to Denali-exclusive adaptive ride control, the chassis monitors the road every 2 milliseconds. It adjusts the damping to counteract the vibration of the road, ensuring that whether empty or at max payload, the cabin remains as stable as a luxury sedan. The 2026 GMC Sierra Denali 6500 is a statement of intent. It is a declaration that power doesn't have to be unrefined, and that a work truck can be the most advanced piece of technology you own. It is a masterclass in how to scale luxury to meet the most demanding jobs on Earth. But this leads us to the big question. As trucks get bigger, smarter, and more expensive, where do we draw the line? Does this tech-forward, ultra-luxury approach make its rivals look like relics of the past? Or is a luxury 6500 simply too much, too soon for the commercial world? I'll be in the comments to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button to join our global tech community. I'll see you in the next one.